A pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome back to Survival of No Limits. Yeah, you probably recognize this spot, don't you? Well, it turns out that I had just finished Honest J Nowak Season 1. Yeah, after quite some time I had made lots of episodes revolving HJN, but not only with this location, but a couple other spots as well. You probably have already noticed a few other places I've used as well. So, I'd say I'm getting some good mileage recycling some of these same locations where backgrounds, as you can see, not green screen, but of course, these are some familiar spots that I have used in the production of some of my content. But, time to continue on with Survival of No Limits now that I have, well, ended Honest J Nowak after quite a while of episode making there. So, let's see. Episode number 70. Minimum wage. Well, you know what? Some people are actually expecting someone like me to talk a bit about this at a time like this. The worst year of all time, a time where economic downfall seems to pretty much plague us yet again after more than 12 years. But the truth is, it happens no matter what time it can take place in. But we can never go very far without talking a little bit about the process known as minimum wage, which is in fact the valiant effort to where workers all over need to have some form of an hourly pay or otherwise, well, worthwhile pay, whether it be cash, check, credit, money order, or any other form of payment that it may be. The Minimum Wage Act of 1938 had been established in order to try and get everybody a reliable amount of money for a particular day of hard work. So this way they can attempt to get all the necessities that they possibly need. Food, housing, clothing, and other things as well. We do need at least a few of these things just so we can attempt to survive in any possible way. But there sometimes comes a time where we happen to have bills that are too expensive to pay off completely. And in this likelihood, minimum wage can be part of the suspected process that is likely to cause, well, collapse at some point. But minimum wage itself has almost remained unchanged for the last several decades. But combined with this, we seem to be facing ever-growing amounts of inflations that continue to rise every single year. The cost of living, the cost of merchandise, the cost of food and beverages, the cost of most energy sources, including electricity, water, gas, solar, or otherwise, they happen to go up all the time. The cost just to live apparently goes up much higher, whereas within the cost to pay someone for their hard labor happens to almost remain unchanged all the time. To that I just wonder, who is operating the minimum wage inflation rates that are not even building up at this point? Most of us are still remaining at $7 or $8 per hour, well, on average across all the jobs that I've gotten, because I myself happen to find a lot of time to work on my YouTube content and all the other social media stuff while also working more than 2 jobs. Yeah, and albeit these are jobs that don't require a lot of my time to work on, I still get paid decent wages. In one, I seem to get paid a little over $9, but it does seem like I'm actually getting myself a good promotion to where I could have my wage go up at least 30%. And this is, of course, the Hamilton School District that I'm talking about, where I am now their lead in maintenance. So the point is, well, that seems to be going well there. And combined with this, I'm also trying myself a hand at something different. Something where I can take some extra time off, but also have more flexible schedules at all times. As I don't always work in a certain required range. But no matter what it is, minimum wage is without all the kinds of problems that are addressed to it. And in that sense, with all the costs that are still continuing to rise up every single year, somebody has got to put their foot down and continue their work on getting minimum wage raised up along with all the costs that are going up every single year. Otherwise, we're going to be facing some serious problems with trying to get by all the time. So in that sense, hopefully somebody does something about it. Because we can't just keep living off of certain things like bread, butter beans, ramen, rice, and potatoes. We can't just keep doing something like that. So, well, that's just it for right now, but I'm going to have more subjects as soon as I possibly can, but I'm also going to continue my work on some other newer projects that I have in mind. So, with that put together, I hope that you enjoy my stuff that's around here, and that's going to cut it for today. So, if you want to see more, go down to my channel, then make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.